Well, here we are again. We finally reached the end of another preview season. It's been a bit of a marathon one as well, and frankly, I'm a bit tired. But there's no rest of Wicked because I have 5 more episodes to look at today. And once I've done this, it's back to daily streaming over at twitch.tv/FUDS, where I do more than just look at anime. I play other games as well. Have there been any good shows for you this season? What do you think of my opinion of the episodes of anime this year? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to follow me on Twitch, subscribe to me on YouTube to find out what I'm going to do next. Because, for the last time this season, this is a 2020 autumn anime preview, from a different perspective. Visual novel adaptations are a dime a dozen, or they used to be anyway, and always at the fore were those anime which were adapted from key visual novels. I'm looking likes of Air, of Clannad, of Canon. Those are special. You just had to see them, and you loved them, and you just fell down in tears at the emotion they gave you. And whilst there have been some attempts to re-approach that type of series, there were likes of Little Busters and Angel Beats, and to varying success. Angel Beats was very good, Little Busters was okay. There's been no anime which have really got close to the holy trinity of visual novel adaptations of Air, Clannad and Canon. Now the latest to try that is The Day I Became a God, and it's a key anime penned by Jun Maeda. But in recent years, his visual novels have been a little bit samey, a little bit obvious in some places, and I get a feeling that might sadly be the case with The Day I Became a God, because we're introduced to our main character, Yota Naokami, awesome last name by the way, and his friend is playing basketball, and suddenly we're confronted by this tiny little girl in a sister's outfit. Please tell me he's not going to have a power to negate other abilities, is he? But anyway, she says, I am a goddess. I've come down to see the world. The world is going to end in 30 days. You're all going to die. There's no use playing basketball. Make me entertained. Well, she doesn't say exactly that, but that's basically what she's thinking. If you're introduced to a random little girl telling you the world's going to end in 30 days, dressed as a nun, what are you going to do? Are you going to pay any attention? No. But Yota can't exactly ignore her, because she's just a lost child. What are you going to do? And so they basically spend the entire episode together, and by the end of it, Yota's in agreement that, yeah, she probably is a god. Don't know why she's a god. If she wanted to become a god, who knows? But she's saying the world is going to end in 30 days, and if that's the case, then it's not that long left. And all he wants to do is confess his love to the girl of his dreams, Izanami. Nice last name there. Except Izanami's having none of it. She's not interested. A very attractive girl. Everybody liked the look of her, and she couldn't care less. And of course, our little goddess friend tells Yota how to deal with her, what she wants. And this is Jun Maeda, of course, so we know exactly what he's going to say. Baseball! Everyone likes baseball in that anime, especially in the key series. Of course, Yota strikes out because he's being told what to do by the goddess, and she's not interested. So this is going to be a visual novel style anime based on Yota, this random little goddess, and him probably chasing down Kyoko or whichever girl takes his fancy, whichever route they decide to follow. So there's probably going to be a whole bunch of cute girls in this anime, which you might want to be with. I mean, no, don't get me wrong, Izanami is very nice, but there's probably going to be a bunch of other characters with awesome surnames. Now, I'm not going to say this one's a terrible anime, it's definitely got some appeal. The fact it's key, the fact it's Jun Maeda, means it could be very good. But if recent history is to go by, it's going to be forgettable. You can watch it once, and forget about it. If you didn't want to watch The Day I Became a God, you can find it airing over at Funimation. 2020 was originally going to be a very special year for Japan. Let's be honest, 2020 was going to be a very good year in general, until 2020 happened. One of the things which Japan has had to postpone is of course the Olympic Games. And so we've suddenly got this myriad of interesting sports anime with no Olympics to back it up. Hope it will tie this over until the Olympics next year, if they go ahead, fingers crossed. Because today we've got an interesting anime, the Gymnastics Samurai. An anime about an aging gymnast who is well past his peak. Welcome to the world of Jotaro Aragaki, a Olympic medalist gymnast who won his medals in the 90s and has been steadily declining ever since. He's definitely reached a peak and past it, but he's not really a has-been. He's still got loads of fans, he's still got enough draw to bring in attention. It's probably best for him to retire before it becomes too late. And of course these days he's got a family to look out for as well. He's got his beautiful daughter, he's got his adorable daughter who absolutely idolises him. Well, the whole of episode 1 is about Jotaro trying to decide, I've been told I should retire, I do want to retire, but how do I break it to my daughter? She goes with this whole master plan of saying, okay, well I'm going to take a day off, I'm going to take her to this theme park, the place where I proposed to my wife, this ninja samurai theme park, and she loves ninjas, so we'll go there and we'll tell her that I'm going to retire. Things don't really go that way though. Suddenly this random ninja turns up. Of course Tomoyo's loving all of it. She's got this ninja, these men in black. She's sort of mixing the whole samurai, ninjas, men in black, Matrix vibe going on. Did I mention Tomoyo's adorable? One thing leads to another, and Jotaro never finds a chance to tell her. They get home and they've been stalked. This random ninja has been following them all the way home and sneaks into the house and finally gets caught in the best way possible. Trying to find somewhere in the house to stay quiet and stay low, the ninja hides in the bath. Tomoyo goes into the bath and finds him there, of course with his booming bamboo out of the water. And what Tomoyo does? Yeah, puts a finger on the bamboo, thinking, okay, what are you going to do now, mate? But yeah, and it turns out he's this bloody fantastic gymnast himself as well. He's a big fan of the samurai gymnast and just wants to live and be with the samurai gymnast. Jotaro, he doesn't actually want to retire. He knows retiring is the best thing for him because it's only going to hurt his family the more he gets hurt himself. But he still loves gymnastics, and seeing the ninja and seeing the way that Tomoyo reacts gives him a new breath of life. Now, the Samurai Gymnast is a very interesting show. It's very grown up. It isn't childish or glossy in any way. A show about adult who does gymnastics. A show about family, about friends. And all things said, it's a show about a man who loves his family, who loves gymnastics, who doesn't want to give anything up. I went into this one not knowing what to expect. If you do want to watch this one, you can find it airing over at Funimation. Very few pieces of work get as much attention from story writers as does the great Arthur Conan Doyle's story of Sherlock Holmes and John Watson. And this anime puts an interesting take on that by, instead of telling us about Holmes and Watson, telling us about Moriarty, Holmes' nemesis, the criminal mastermind, the only mind to ever challenge a great Sherlock Holmes. But it does so in an interesting way by making Moriarty the sort of anti-hero. However, in this adaptation, Moriarty is very much the hero or anti-hero of the story, as he sort of goes about solving mysteries but also committing crimes in a way that only Moriarty can do so. They're very much the calculated, the ingenious criminal mastermind at work. But the thing is, it's not just one Moriarty here, there appears to be three. Everyone's very much a very different hair-coloured character here, but it seems to be three Moriarty brothers. Don't know what story is about that, we'll probably hear about it throughout the anime. And so if it takes three minds to beat the single mind of Sherlock Holmes, then they're screwed here really, aren't they? Or maybe they're not. I imagine Sherlock's going to be here later on in the story, probably being the villain of the piece, or the sort of bad guy of the piece, making deductions over what the Moriarty brothers are all doing. But the story is definitely all going to be about the Moriartys. I expect this one to get quite dark and gritty. I mean, the first episode is quite dark as well. It ends up with a bloody murder in a crypt. Just the type of thing you'd expect to see in a Sherlock Holmes novel, really, isn't it? Definitely interesting. Not sure it's for me. In live season, I might give it a more crack of a whip, but this one will probably get put on the back burner along with a lot of other good shows this season. If you are interested in watching this one, you can find it airing over at Funimation. One thing we've not had enough of this season is cute girls doing cute things. With great news, the creator of Lucky Star is back to bring you more cute girls doing cute things in Meisetsu, an anime about girls who want to be stand-up comedians. Of course, this being Japan, comedy is very much different to the West, where stand-up comedians work in pairs when they do in singles. Not as much comedy in the first episode. In fact, the main four characters don't really do comedy in the first episode. They go back to her old school, they do an air band on stage, great round of applause, hyped up by the whole gag, and Mafuyu stands up on stage and tries to do a comedy gag herself. She tries to do a comedy skit of Hinata from Lucky Star doing an impression of Shin-chan doing an impression of Train Doors. I mean, it took me a few moments to try and remember exactly what that was myself, and imagine how it probably went down in the auditorium with nobody laughing. Well, one person laughed. The person who knew Mafuyu would do it. Mafuyu's former teacher, Hirano-sensei, and if you know the name of Hirano, you probably know who voices Hirano-sensei. See, this anime with a lot of references. It's going to be very much a sort of cultural referencing anime. Lots of in-jokes here and there. I imagine there's going to be lots of save jokes in there as well. Especially in fact, this was from the creator of Lucky Star. That was the anime which brought us the infamous Chocolate Cornet sequence, which lots of people hated, and I thought was absolutely ingenious. Meisetsu is going to live and die based on how much you like the characters and how much you like the jokes. Since there's going to be a lot of jokes in this one, lots of double acts, and imagine lots of potential yuri shipping, but I don't think it's going to go there. It's going to be much more cute girls doing funny things rather than cute girls doing yori things, although I wouldn't mind if it did the latter as well. As we see our main four girls trying to make their way in the world of comedy, we're going to experience that through them as well, see what it's like to try and become an up-and-coming comedian in Japan. And I'll be honest, it's a bit of a scenario of not really seen much in anime, of people wanting to be comedians. I mean, we get funny people, but generally want to do other stuff rather than just be comedians. use comedy to get rare tasks, not be rare tasks. I would leave a funny joke in here, but I'd probably get kicked off a stage if I did. But I will say, if you do want to watch this one's airing over at Funimation as well. And my last show I'm previewing this season is Dropout Idol Fruit Tart, a cute girls doing idol things anime. Well, I said I wanted more cute girls doing cute things, didn't I? And here we are, cute girls doing idol things, so it certainly counts towards that. As I watched the first episode, I found myself thinking that I've seen this anime before, because it bears a striking resemblance in a lot of aspects, not to an idol show, but to a cute girls doing artsy things show, Comic Girls. Well, our main character here, Ino, is also moving to a production house. She's moving to Mouse House Dormitory. She's moving to Mouse House, a dormitory owned and run by Rat Production. I wouldn't trust her, it might sound dirty. And she's moving to Tokyo to become an idol. And in this Mouse House, you've got a bunch of other people. You've got Hayu, a girl who wants to be a rock star. You got Nina, a very shy girl who wants to be a model. And you got Roko, a very small girl who wants to be an actress. Well, she is an actress, she was a child actress. Unfortunately, with any kind of child actress in anime, it's got a tragic history of being in a very popular commercial and wants to escape that broccoli-filled nightmare. Cute though, but broccoli-filled nightmare. Now, as Ino arrives, their manager breaks the news that the dormitory is going to close down unless they succeed in a task. Their task is they're going to become an idol group. I mean, only one of them really wants to become an idol. Ino's happy about it, but the other three, not so much. I mean, they don't want to become idols, they want to become an actress, a model, and a rock star. But with the threat of losing their home and losing their 3 meals a day of curry, they give in and they say, okay, we'll do it. See, the manager wants to film doing a sort of fly-on-the-wall reality type TV show on the cheap in order to advertise them and get some money. And so they become the idol group of the Dropout Idol Fruit Tart. Yeah, the anime title is about the anime fly-on-the-wall documentary, so it's like a self-referential title. But I don't care because the main characters are fun. The whole premise is an interesting one where you got these girls coming together from completely different aspects of life, different areas of the country, coming together to be idols. But it's not about them being idols. It never is. But Ino is definitely idol material. She's got a smile, she's got the can-do attitude. And I think the other girls have got the potential as well. Roko is adorable, she wants to try her best, but she doesn't want to be seen as being a joke. Hayu's gung-ho about everything, but it's kind of not quite there as being an idol. Whereas Nina just wants to be left alone. She's a shy girl with ginormous breasts. Why are there always the shy ones? Now, Dropout Idol Fruit Tart is a fun anime. I'm definitely going to be watching more of this one. And I'm going to recommend you do as well. If you like cute girls doing cute things, or if you like idol anime, this might be one to jump into. But again, it's a busy season, plenty of good things to watch. Every watch, that's fine. You can find this one, unsurprisingly, this season on Funimation. And so that's it for another season. It's been a wild one, and I'd say a pretty decent one as well. There have been a few great shows, a few stinkers, and mostly the quality has been sort of middling. What do you think? Are there any shows that you really want to watch this year? And are there any shows which I missed? And if you say Love Live, I will say it's worth a watch. It's not as good as the first one, but it's way better than the second one. But as ever, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.